All right, welcome to the QB School Live. Happy hat launch day. Holy moly, let's go. It's been a minute to get this thing going. So, the news of the day around here, obviously, besides for Happy March Madness, Thursday, Friday, this is a special day for sports fans out there to just lay low and let the basketball wash over you. But before you do, now is the time. Quarterback school hats are finally available. If I can tell you, the one question I get asked more than anything on this channel is how and where can I buy one of those hats that you're always wearing? Today's the day. Now, who knows how long they last? Hopefully not very long, but you never know. They could be available for a while. But if you want to get them, the link is in the description to this live. It is also probably in an email in your inbox. So check that out. Yeah, we're not going to talk all about the hats. Freak out. Don't freak out, Eric. Although we will talk a little bit about other ball, but it's hat day. Get on there. Get yourself a hat. And when you get your hat, well, besides for I want to know how the experience goes, give me a photo. Send me a photo. Let me know what it looks like. Hit me on Twitter with the quarterback school logo making its way wherever you make your way. I'm excited to see what the hell happens here. We'll see. But in the meantime, we're gonna be taking questions, talking ball here. Who knows how long this goes? Definitely won't go into hoops because I want to watch the hoops as much as anybody. And yeah, let's get this thing going. Crank it up. Good to see my man Eric in the chat. NorCal Raider, appreciate you. Boom. Again, as these things come in, do me a favor, hit that like button for me as well. All those good things for the chat. We'll keep this thing going as long as the questions are good. And I've got some coffee. I'm jacked up, ready to go. Steven Tuto, who's your number one quarterback ranked in the draft? Steven, I put out a ranking for the Quarterback School Patreon community. If you're interested, it's over there. I'll probably put out my official rankings at some point when I watch a little bit more film. Not that the top will get, any clearer than I think the muddy picture that it is right now. But for me, I've been pretty consistent all the way along. So, what is that movie? Is it called The Draft? What is that movie with Kevin Costner? NFL Draft, something like that, where the guy writes the name on the thing that he wants. I did something similar. I think I wrote an email to myself saying, one day when I saw Bryce Young and CJ Stroud throw together on the field at the Elite 11 thing, I was like, oh yeah, this is my guy. All right, what else we got? Simon, what did you do on your rookie talent show 2020 and 2002? Oh, Jesus. What did I do? I think I sang maybe or told a joke. It wasn't very good. Draft day. Boom. Appreciate you, R. Martin. Yeah. I feel like that movie's always like on TNT or TBS or something. Maybe it's just maybe it just follows me. Fireside Studios. Hey, dude, can you do a Dylan Gabriel with the Sooners video? Isn't Dylan Gabriel coming back? If he is, remind me post-draft, and I will probably do one. Yes. I don't think he's coming out. If he's coming out, I can do one before the draft, but if he's coming out and I don't know he's coming out, that's probably not a good thing either. All right, appreciate you guys coming in, hitting the like button as you enter. Also, of course, getting those hats. Today is hat day. Get over there, make it happen. I'll see if I can turn on my ringer. So get these hat notifications here as we go, just to keep it, we can all celebrate together. All right. Early AM live, Joe, lock in, hat up, crank it up, just a little pre-hoop live. Figure probably not going to be dropping a whole lot of content in the next 2 days just because I want to watch hoops as much as anybody else. It'll be a good one. There you go, Fireside, coming back, so no. All right, saw a couple questions in there. Let me get in there. Oh, man. NFL 09-11. What is the quarterback school top priority for a wide receiver out of these three? My order would be route running, speed, height. What do you think? Definitely wouldn't be height. I probably would prefer, I don't know. I mean, if you're not fast enough, it doesn't matter how great your routes are. So I would probably say speed, then route running. Although they're not like, I think here's the thing why you don't see a lot of lists from me on this channel. Because a lot of those questions, not that it's a bad question, it's just the way that it's framed is not how I think about it and how I make sense of it in my mind. So I don't think of them as like separate traits or variables. I think of all those things in like a cocktail of a player. And so to differentiate and say, oh, I prefer speed over route running. Well, if you're not fast enough, it doesn't matter how great your route running is. But if you're a track star and you can't turn, well, that's not going to work either. So it's not, you know what I mean? Like I would rather have a bunch of really fast, good route runners, you know, that are 6'5". Doesn't mean that it's going to happen. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that's why this is just me, man. Maybe it's not just me. I'm sure there are other people out there. I just don't like what I call like list literature or list whatever, list articles, list anything, because I just think it's lazy, man. That's just for me. I feel like people get caught up in the list and lose kind of the nuance and detail of the, oh, there you go, hat. You're welcome. Appreciate you. My guy Joe coming in. Miss the nuance and detail of kind of the real analysis, the capacity to explain what the hell is happening in context, as opposed to just saying, oh, this is my list of my quarterbacks, or this is my list of my traits. It never registered for me as something that I got value from, so I don't like to create it. Hope that makes sense. Boom. Thomas, my guy, appreciate you coming in. Hey, Zeus, Jay Sizzle, JM, will Sam Darnold be improved quarterback in the Kyle Shanahan system? I mean, I think you could be improved, you know, running the Shanahan system. It's pretty plug and play at this point. I'm excited for Sam Darnold. I know Sam Darnold just a very little bit, but I'm excited for him. I think Sam Darnold played pretty well last year. I think that's got the potential to be a really nice pickup. You know, I don't want to let too much out of the bag. Let's see if I can grab it. And this is not this kind of hat day, but just as a little, what would it be like, foreshadowing for all you out there. And this could potentially kind of weave itself into a upcoming video, maybe. No, I don't know. Can I get that thing to not be blurry? Hard to say. But that's a little foreshadowing to a potential video coming your way soon. We'll see. But I might talk about Sam. Certainly going to talk about the quarterback position in San Francisco. All right, what else we got here? Yeah, there's been all sorts of quarterback movement real quick. Let me just see if I can do the mental gymnastics. Jimmy G is in, what, Vegas? Carr is in New Orleans. Aaron sounds like he's going to the Jets, which in and of itself is fascinating. I don't know. I'm sure y'all are on YouTube, right? So we're all in this space together on some level. Watching that Pat McAfee, Aaron Rodgers thing, it's certainly the most I've ever watched someone else's live. Like I'll be honest, there's certainly been times over the course of, you know, the last year plus that I've watched Aaron talk on that show and walk away with him saying like, hey, that's a really thoughtful, good, like makes sense to me. Not that it has to make sense to me, but just like I understand the thought process and how we got there, and him explaining it, I appreciate. And then the next, like, you know, I'll keep listening. I'll be like, what the fuck did he just say? God damn, man. And so it's a nice window. It honestly is. And this kind of lumps into a lot of different things, and maybe why you guys enjoy this. But when I listen to a number of, whether they're former players, current players, when they're talking, it takes me back to being in the locker room. It really does, or the quarterback room, because there is this level of authenticity, of like real dialogue, real talk that you can feel is not like kind of, you know, manufactured through any sort of like media outlet, quote unquote. It feels real, like it is. But then I also come back to, I remember being in locker rooms being like, what did he just say, bro? Is this for real? Like, and that happens just as much. And so I know many people know that the NFL is a crazy melting pot, and it's kind of magnified everything because of the money and everybody being a little young and just everything, the attention, all that. But man, sometimes there's things that I hear on these podcasts and on these things, I do not miss some of those conversations. I really don't. Boom. C-Dub Scott. What, bro? Come on. I'm a baseball fan. Locked in. Love baseball. Probably my favorite sport growing up. Been watching although I turned off the U.S. game. I hope they won last night. Been watching the World Baseball Classic. Enjoy that. Going out to spring training in a couple weeks. If you're going to be out there, let me know. I'll probably be at all the Padre games, though. So, all right. What else we got here? Justin Massey. Again, appreciate you guys coming in, hitting the like button as you come in. Again, we're here. I'm here doing this live for the hats. The hat link is in the video description. Get over there, check it out, make it happen. Support the channel. It'd be pretty awesome if you did. For me, I'm excited to see if I ever see one of these suckers out on the street. I should make like some sort of like crazy giveaway to first person I see rocking a QB school hat that I don't know personally and didn't hand it to them. That's a good one. Chris Evans, the Pods. It's the year, bro. I don't want to get too excited, actually. I just hope they keep playing well. It's fun to be in San Diego right now with baseball. No lie. Chris, I can't believe it either, my guy. I tell you, I'm sure you guys don't give a shit and don't really care. But when I tell you that it was a process to get these hats made, I'm telling you, as challenging or more challenging than anything I've done with the channel. And I've got a full offense that I sell. Okay, this was as or more challenging to get done. So I'm excited. I don't care if anybody doesn't buy them. I'm excited that I just don't have to answer the question anymore about where they can get them. They're available. I'm excited to see what it looks like. All right, I saw a bunch of good questions in there. I want to make sure I get to them. Justin, D. Watson, yeah, bro. I mean, I'm just not that interested in covering him right now. I don't know what that means other than the fact that that's just how I feel and how I felt for a while. You know, if he comes out and has just like an MVP season, you know, I, like just about everybody, will probably have to do something about it. But right now I don't, and so I won't. Hope that makes sense. Boom. I saw some Hendon Hooker in there. I got to go back and watch more Hendon Hooker. Again, the videos that I put out on Hendon Hooker, I think have been fun to watch. It feels like I'm watching it like a spectator, just because I don't know a damn thing about that, you know, crazy Baylor deep choice offense. And I don't necessarily think it is a great lens to project into what the league looks like Sunday quarterback. Doesn't mean that Hendon Hooker can't, but that's just kind of the vibe I'm always getting with it. Hat drop, YG, appreciate you. All right, Pollo. Why do certain players struggle with specific coaches and others can't handle it? I mean, Paul, do you get along with everybody in your life? Have you ever had a coworker that you don't enjoy, or a boss that is maybe unnecessarily difficult in your opinion? Same reason. I think some systems are a little bit more quarterback friendly. I think some coaches are a little bit more quarterback friendly. I think some, all of the above. I think some organizations are run better. I think the expectations for the positions and the expectations from the coaches can differ. You know, if you're with a defensive head coach, it can be a little bit different than if you're with an offensive head coach, play caller, you know, all of the above. Running the zone, red. Love the channel, bro. I appreciate that. Thoughts on DJ Moore will help Justin Fields. Some said he isn't a true wide receiver one. Yeah, I mean, my initial reaction to DJ Moore, obviously excited, appreciate you, cha-ching over here. You know, certainly seems like an upgrade for them. I think I don't watch enough of the Carolina Panthers in the past few years to say DJ Moore is or isn't a true one. I think the thing that I think about when I think about DJ Moore is him taking his helmet off, and just not, you know, that act in and of itself I know can't characterize the whole player, but I think this has got him an opportunity for him to kind of make his presence known, DJ Moore, as far as a true one, if he thinks he is a true one, if they think they are a true one, you know, I will see. I think my reservations are, I think it's nice. You got to feel good if you're Justin Fields that they're going out and trying to get you these weapons. Just because I might not like the weapons, meaning Claypool and Moore, as much as, what they gave up for him. Certainly not Claypool. I mean, giving up the round 2, what is it, the 33rd pick or 30-something, early 30s pick for that guy, to me is not a great decision. Now, they didn't know that they would have that high of a pick, but a second-round pick, for me, not my favorite move in the world. I don't think that's a stretch to say for most people, but I think it's nice to see that they're trying to build through that perimeter. We'll see what it looks like. I mean, I think that's the most fair thing I can possibly say. CB in the house. For everybody, CB, my guy's talking about, I did a 2009, where really it was 2010 playoffs review of the Cincinnati Bengals versus Jets game. I was on backup on the Bengals game, and talked a little bit about playing with some of the guys on the perimeter there, mostly Ocho. And not that CB basically said we got the impression that Ocho wasn't my favorite coworker. I thought he was entertaining, like when he turned it on, when he was that character, whether it was in the locker room or on the field. I had a lot of respect for him before and after and during, for his capacity to get open. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this for a hot second. Not everybody in the league, this might sound weird or be newsflash to some peeps out there, but not everybody in the league, in fact, not very many people in the league, have the capacity to separate all the time at wide receiver. In my experience, Ocho could be open damn near every single play. Now that game, obviously not, because Revis Island, that was Revis Island at its damn near peak. He was elite. He was just better than Ocho at that point. And so he didn't that game. But over the course of the season and 2 training camps, Ocho is going to get open. Now, the footnote to that is he's going to get open, but he might not be where he's supposed to be when he's supposed to be there. And so for a guy like me, who was a little bit more, what I would say, like, hey, I expect you to be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there type guy, versus Carson, who was probably, obviously, better player, a bigger arm, had a little bit more trust with some of those guys to say, hey, I know you're going to win. I'm going to wait for you to win and trust you to win. And when you win, I'll put it on you. That's just not how I was able to play. And so just because it wasn't great with me doesn't mean that it didn't work and wasn't good. It's not how I think the best ball is played either. But that was kind of it more than anything else. But yeah, you're not wrong. Ellison Lord, your opinion on Lamar not getting paid yet? Yeah, it's a bummer on multiple levels. I think initially, obviously Lamar deserves to get paid. I want him to get paid. I think he's making a mistake and has made a mistake by not having representation. I couldn't imagine doing that, let alone doing that at the level of deal that he's negotiating. It doesn't make sense to me. And so I wish him the best. I think he deserves to get paid, and someone should pay him. I don't understand, honestly, why teams haven't gone after him for what it would take, 2 first-round picks. I know the reason that, you feel like you're doing the Ravens' work, but I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm missing. It feels like, NFL owners are somewhat colluding to not pay the guy, is my opinion, right out the gate, without knowing any details. Boom. YG. Oh, hats. Today's hat drop day. Get over there, pick them out. Appreciate it. I see a good question in there about duo. I'll get to that, Michael. One sec. YG. How important is a veteran presence probably in the locker room? I say it because a lot of young kids getting paid, which I'm happy for them, but at times all that money with a young brain can change a mindset. I know that that's a common talking point to have a veteran presence. I think it's less about the years in the league and more about the professional approach. And so if some people, just have that built different approach where they're all in all the time, I don't think it matters if they're in year 2, year 3, or year 12. I think it's easier to get those guys in year 12. But if you've got a great young core, I'd much rather have a great young core. I don't think that's a news flash. So I think it just depends. I think if you know, I definitely don't think it's a mandatory thing though to have a quote unquote veteran presence in any room or organization. I think it depends on the type of dynamics that team has and that kind of approach that they're able to kind of what their work habits look like, their practice habits look like, and obviously they got to play well. Michael Lorge Sr. How, quote unquote, expensive do you consider Duo? Wanting to install it in our high school offense, but head coach doesn't want to if it is too time consuming to get done right. Help me sell it to him. Michael. I mean, it depends, bro. Like there's no easy way to say this. I think it depends on what you're used to running. If you're a wide zone stretch team and you're going to put in Duo, I think that's pretty expensive. If you're a power counter gap oriented team, I think it's less expensive. I'll put it this way. I coached high school for 3 years as the head coach, offense coordinator, play caller. The first year we didn't run Duo. The second and third year, the second year we ran Duo, it was our staple run. We basically transitioned from zone to gap runs. We installed it day 2 or 3 of the install. The third year, it was our bell cow, and we installed it as the first run installation. So it is expensive, and both those years, year 2 and year 3, we only ran it one way. So if that's not your jam, I understand, because we just couldn't get it working both ways. We'd install it both ways, but then kind of the offensive line decided, where I could get the good double teams, who I wanted to run behind. That was basically the only way we did it. And so, yeah, I guess it's expensive. And when you come from it from that standpoint, we're getting some hats. But I mean, I think I talk about that in the clinic. Make sure you check out the clinic, the Duo clinic that's somewhere on my channel somewhere. But I love Duo. If you're going to sell it to them, the reason that you install it, the reason that it's important is because it is, in my opinion, an attitude run. You're bullying people. You're creating multiple double teams at the point of attack, and you can I used to say, you dent the defense. Multiple punches at the same time at the point of attack was kind of what we wanted to try to create at the line of scrimmage. Alex, one of the things about not having an agent is that the agents have multiple clients. What? If a team screws them on one player, they can use it as leverage for the other players by avoiding that team. Yeah, bro, I don't know. I would push back to the fact that happens a lot. I'm sure it happens at some level, but a lot? Michael, you're in an ISO. Come on, dog. Power gap, yes, you could do it. I just be open-minded to the fact that maybe you only do it one way. After you teach it, if it doesn't make sense to do it both ways, I just felt like it was easier. It was almost like a competition. After that first year of running it, I was like, we can't do it back, one way. Well, let's just not do it that way. And then the next year was like a competition. Well, the first year we ran it to the right. The next year, the guys on the left were coming back, and they wanted to be the team that wanted to have that front side double team. And so that's kind of what happened. The Camper Report. I don't know if you break down film of NFL draft prospects other than quarterbacks. But what do you think of DN Nolan Smith out of Georgia? DN school? Camper Report? No, thank you. I have no thoughts. Again, as y'all are coming in, I appreciate you guys hitting the like. I appreciate you checking out the link to get the hats. The hat is in the description to the chat. It'll be everywhere, probably your inbox. If you're on the email list, probably on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, all those types of things, get over there, get that hat going. I appreciate you. RMart03. Any chance we could get hoodies for sale? Potentially. The problem with this, well, I'm sure you guys don't really care, but I'll go talk about it for a hot second. The problem with this is that, in my experience, if you do quote unquote, like, I don't even know what the term is. I'm sure there's some term, but essentially, I need what I call drop shipping, where I'll I'll get the hats made beforehand, and then someone else needs to store them. Someone else needs to handle the fulfillment part of it. I'm not going to go to the mailbox and like ship stuff every day. So that's easier to do with hats because they're just one size fits all. That's why they're snapback. Okay. If I do hoodies and have to do a bunch of different sizes, first of all, it takes up more space. Second of all, what sizes do I get? I don't know. I'm not, I don't know. 5 of each, 10 of each, what does that look like? Where am I storing those? It just feels like it gets more complicated, and they have to get made beforehand. I think sometimes, if you go to maybe a bigger, quote unquote, like online store, they're not making those hoodies or t-shirts or shitty blankets until you buy it. And I feel like the quality of it is not quite the same. I don't know. It's just my own issues. That's why I wanted the hat that I wear, like the New Era, embroidered at a high level, like something that I would feel proud if I saw someone rocking it, not like some, I don't know. I hope that makes sense. So I haven't gotten into the hoodie game yet. If enough people want it, I'm happy to look into it, but that's kind of the vibe of it. C-Dub Scott, they don't come in specific sizes. I also have a large head. I wear 7.5. That's why it's a snapback. I personally don't like the flex fit. That's just my own issue. If everybody wants a flex fit, maybe I'll do a flex fit the next order. But these are all snapback, trucker hat, and normal. Boom. As you come in, hit the like, hit me with some questions here. We've got, maybe like 10, 15 minutes left, maybe, if I can keep it going. Andy Linder. If Jimmy G can stay on the field, how much of an improvement is he over Carr? I mean, I think if you're a fan of the channel and you've seen my Jimmy G videos in the past, you know that I'm a fan of Jimmy G. I think I like the way that he plays the game. I think he's got an outstanding base and footwork. Certainly got some health issues. Doesn't have necessarily the strongest arm outside the numbers or down the field. But, I mean, I don't know how you argue against the fact that the guy wins. I think it'll be interesting, just structurally to watch that offense operate with a guy that, quote unquote, McDaniels knows the stuff. I do think that offense, that New England offense, is about as unique as you can get in the league as far as kind of they do their own stuff a little different than other teams. And so it's not that it's good, bad, or indifferent. It's just different. I guess it is different. And so it'll be fun to see Jimmy G kind of in that kind of, back in that world with that system with Josh. I personally think he's an upgrade. I don't know if the vast majority of people think that. Boom. Michael, yeah. Let me know what you think. If you have questions about Duo post-clinic, just let me know. Yeah. Oh, man. Iroko coming in with the combine question. What's your 40 back in your prime? LOL. Come on, dog.
I'm your huckleberry.
I think at the combine, we're going to say I ran a 4.8. I think it might have been a 4.89. We're going to go 4.8. And that was back in the day before, not that I didn't train for the combine, but I definitely was not at the level that some of these cats are at. In fact, I remember explicitly stretching. I've never told this story on this channel. I'm at the combine. God, what was the guy's name that was next to me? I'm stretching in the end zone to run the combine at Indy at the old Dome. And I'm running in like my speed TDs, like my cleats that I wore playing college football. And I notice everybody else is running in, and this is on old school turf, like real turf, carpet turf. Everybody else is running in these shoes I've never seen before. And I ask one of the guys, I'm like, hey, what kind of shoes are those, bro? And he kind of looks at me sideways and he's like, these are track shoes. And I was like, oh, these guys are faster than me, I bet. And so I remember that was definitely a eye-opening combine experience. There were a lot of those at the combine. But yeah, would be different. It would be fun to do it nowadays because everything I feel like is so much more refined as far as the technique, the training, the nutrition, just everything. Boom. CB, in your playing days, were guys genuinely excited to play in the Pro Bowl? Guys were definitely excited to get nominated and go party at the Pro Bowl. I don't think anybody's ever been excited to play in the Pro Bowl. If they were, I didn't know about it. Chris, could Tampa Bay be Mayfield's last chance at a starting season as a clear QB number one? Sure. I mean, is he even going to be the clear QB number one in Tampa? I would be surprised if he is. I don't know. Maybe they've come out and said that, but that doesn't make sense to me. Who's calling plays in Tampa? I couldn't even tell you who's calling plays. Although if you're going to, they've still got those wide receivers in Tampa, right? Those guys all haven't left. Plus that division would be a division I would want to play in if I was looking to get wins and kind of resurge my quarterback kind of NFL experience. That's for sure. What else we got here? We'll do a couple more. Again, just kind of recap why we're doing the live here today. We got hats for sale. First time ever available. Been wearing these hats for a while. Finally able to share them with everybody who wants one. I think it's pretty cool if anybody wants one, let alone someone feels the urge to rock this thing out in public. And yeah, just pretty cool. So I appreciate the support for the channel. It means a lot to me. We'll see. Appreciate everybody coming in. Every time you hear one of those chings, that's somebody getting the hat. So very cool. My guy Joe, you're getting fired up about the AFC East. It's going to get spicy up there. What else we got here? Oh, man. Michael Ding, come on, dog. Welcome to the channel. Non-football question. Is that an actual bookshelf or a green screen? Come on, dog. Are we serious? You're better than that, Michael. Although I have thought about, I have like this, my process sometimes is I'll send myself an email of a video idea that I have. And one of the ideas that I've had for a while that I've wanted to do that I just haven't is like one video, either maybe like one a month, maybe try to do like one shelf in here for each video, just so I can like answer questions like that with like, hey, go check out this playlist. This goes through the whole volume of the books in here. And because it would be fun for me to relive some of the experiences of reading some of these books, just because I've hit them in different kind of stages in my life, whether I was, playing, growing up, college, grad school, leisure, interests, those types of things. I think specifically the football ones for sure. I'm sure people on here would want to know. So it's coming at some point. Just need to drill in and do it. I feel like the channel almost takes on a life of its own as far as what, depending on what season we're in, what I want to do the videos about. And I'm always like, oh, I need to do more X's and O's videos. Oh, I want to do some book videos. Oh, I want to do some, quote unquote hot take videos, or like, I want to say this about that. And you just end up doing like, oh God, I got to do another Anthony Richardson video, or Bryce Young, or CJ Stroud. So we'll get to it at some point. But yeah, Michael, they're real books, homie. All right. Oh man. Kabir, can we get some Aaron Rodgers film analysis for what it's going to look like on the Jets? Yeah, I wonder what I could do. Could I go back and like watch when your boy Hackett was like calling plays in the gold zone 2 years ago? I don't know, bro. It's going to look the same. He's going to be throwing to his buddies with his buddy calling plays in the green shirt. We'll see. I would expect if Aaron's pissed off that he's going to play pretty fucking well, because that's what he does. We'll see if it happens. It's the whole thing is bizarre and feels like I'm rewatching a movie that I didn't want to watch 20 years ago happen again, or 15 years ago with Green Bay and Favre and Aaron, and now this. And it's just the shit is a circle. Yeah. All right. We're about ready to tap out and go watch some basketball. I'm fired up to watch some basketball. I'm also fired up for everybody to get over there, check out the hats. I really do appreciate you hanging out this morning. Fun times, good times. If you have any issues with the hats, come at me. Let me know. If you had a great experience, let me know also. I'm excited to see how this thing plays itself out, but I appreciate all the support. Get over there, check them out. I'll see you on the other side.